I've made this presentation on eye diseases, and it's about acupuncture in particular and Chinese medicine in general, and how it can be used to help eye diseases and eye conditions. Of course, orthodox medicine is very good for treating injuries to the eyes and a number of eye conditions, but there are many other conditions for which there's no treatment in orthodox medicine, for which there is a treatment in Chinese medicine, and in particular there's a treatment by acupuncture. In fact, acupuncture has got something very special which no other therapy has got. It's got the possibility of treating problems right at the back of the eye, because with the needling points close to the eye, stomach 1 for example, or the bladder 1, or points round the eye, there's a possibility of sending qi directly to the back of the eye. No other therapy has got this possibility. Of course, the other therapies have got their uses, and we will talk about the uses. We'll talk about the overall picture of eye diseases and what can be done by the different therapies. But before I go into any more details of this, I'd like to say a few words about my teachers. Because as I grow older, I realise that it's my teachers who have given me the ability to help people. It's only through the great blessings of my teachers that I'm able to treat people, to cure any illness whatsoever. I used to think when I was younger that it was me because I was terrific, but now as I get older I realise it's very little to do with me, that what virtue I've got, what abilities I've got, come mainly from my teachers. So I'd like to start with my first teacher, who was Dr. Van Buren, who taught me the foundations of Chinese medicine, but above all he taught me the ability to heal, the skill of healing, and he taught me the unshaking belief that Chinese medicine is a very profound and marvellous medicine. My next great teacher was Dr. Shen, who practiced in New York and Boston, Dr. J.F. Shen, and he was a very intelligent man and taught me about the breadth of life, and how problems very early in life can influence the whole of the rest of the life, or perhaps something which happened early could reappear later on in your 50s or 60s or 70s. He had that extraordinary vision, and he also had this view of the connection of life and the way you live your life and the illnesses that you suffer. My third great teacher was Dr. Jiang Caiyun from Nanjing, who was an extraordinary person in that she combined both wisdom and compassion. Lots of people I've met have been very clever, and lots of people I've met have been very compassionate, but it's rare to see both these qualities in the same person. She also taught me a lot about needle technique, and she also encouraged me, way back in those days, she encouraged me to study eye diseases. She didn't directly teach me herself, but she encouraged me in that. So those are my teachers for whom I'm very grateful. And what they did especially was to connect me to the great tradition of Chinese medicine. And I would say that the more one is connected into this tradition, the more benefit one can be to one's patients. It's a tradition which goes back thousands of years, and some of the cleverest people have made contributions, cleverest and wisest people have made contributions to Chinese medicine over the ages. And so by making connection with the Chinese medicine, you're making a connection with this lineage of great doctors. And one can truly say that anybody who comes to a Chinese medicine practitioner is fortunate, because by contacting the practitioner, they're actually contacting the great tradition of Chinese medicine and the great lineage.